take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at tonight. Hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, Let's take a quick look at hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work. Se arregla con dinero.
SC Project branding logo, that's one here.
Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar.
Really cool. And we're also gonna change the kickstand knob, guys. Alright, let's take a quick look at hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
Money work. El mundo quiere dinero.
Yeah, I know.
Money work.
What's good? What's good? Mike is in the building. Welcome to another Freestyle Sunday, guys. A little bit of a hiccup there. I was trying to get everything all set up just before starting the show. So here we are, man. The usual suspect running a little bit behind. But what's good, everybody? I appreciate everybody tuning in.
Let's take a quick look at
Very, very good show.
hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
I'm gonna be inviting somebody that's been on the show again. That's been on the show before, and I think you guys will definitely enjoy him being on here. So I personally enjoy having him on, and I think you guys will as well.
Money work.
So anyway, we'll do what we usually do, the usual suspect. Let's go with everybody.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna chime in with everyone that's in the comment section.
Money work.
Hang tight.
Se arregla con dinero.
Yeah, we're gonna chime in with everyone that's in the comment section. As usual, before we dive in and get things going, once our guest is on, I'll let you guys know who it is. But we got some really cool things happening with the stream, with the channel, and overall, a lot of excitement, guys. So just want to kind of do that first. So let's do what we do best, which is touch base with everyone that's tuned in before we get into the show and start chatting up. Did take a little bit longer for me to actually get the show started today.
Yeah, I know.
How funny is that, guys? So this one's gonna be an interesting one. I got my boy Downshift83 calling me. Give me a second. SC Project branding logo, that's one here. What's good, Downey? Yo, I love this fucking community, dude. Yo, Downshift83 and my wife called me at the same time, like, yo,
hopefully I'm all good, guys. I roll over something.
how fucking great is it? Hang tight. Oh my god. There we go, my bad. Guys, it's just so much going on at the same time, but shout out to my boy Downshift83. He actually called me. Say what's good to everybody, man. Downey, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Yo, say what's good to everybody.
What up, fam?
For those of you guys that are not aware, is Downshift83. He is an OG to the game. Amazing writer, amazing content creator. He will be on the show at some point. Both him and my wife messaged me at the same time. They're like, yo, your intro song is still playing. I'm like managing so many things at the same time, trying to get shit going. Oh, man. Oh, man. Don't get too excited, you guys, if you're tuning in. It's not him that's going to be on the show today, but he will be on here. We're going to be talking, chopping it up. So very excited, man.
Definitely. First video drops July 4th, bro.
You know we're going to be tuned in. You know we're going to be tuned in.
I see you got an iPhone. You want a sneak peek of it? I'll send it to you after your live stream.
Yo, send it to me. You know I want to watch. I want to see.
Yeah, man. I'll call you after your live stream, fam.
Yes, sir.
All right, Pimpin'.
All right. Oh, man. So that I guess that worked out for the best. I mean, we got a little bit of downshift 83 on the street, so I will take it, man. I will take it. It was just like so much happening at the same time, and I'm just prepping the stream as I'm going, and for some reason it's like it's mind-boggling to me. No matter how much preparation that you do, you kind of set it up and kind of get all your clips ready. There's always one thing. I swear to God, I need an assistant that's going to be sitting with me on here, just kind of like helping me manage most of the stuff. Hopefully, sooner or later, that will happen. But really, really excited. Let's do what we do best, guys. We're also going to do our usual, where we kind of say what's good to everybody, show love and support for all those that are tuning in. Again, sorry about the audio early on, guys. Again, lots going on. Let's see here. Jack in the Box is in the building. He's also a new moto vlogger, just starting out in the scene, looking for a little bit of recognition, also a little bit of help with his channel. So if you guys are here or watching the stream, you want to show some love, definitely go to his channel and subscribe. He will be on at some point. Again, you don't have to be a big channel for you to take part of the live stream. You don't have to be somebody with major clout. What we do here, we share a platform, share stories, or learn and grow, whatever it takes that we all want to be part of that environment. And of course, Downshift 83 was good, boy. Good looks, man. We have Dragon Cheese in the building. Of course, everyone's yelling, yo, the audio's on, the music is still playing. He's just, I don't know, for some reason, I just didn't like look at it at first. But good looks, everybody. I should have looked at the comments first. Usually I do. But just to kind of give you a little bit of a breakdown, by the time the intro's running, I'm throwing on my shirt and my jacket. That's how tight it is most of the time. And I got to sit down looking all clean and pretend as if it's mad cool, mad like in order, like I've been waiting to kind of go on kind of thing. So that's you guys got a little bit of the behind the scene. We have that guy Kel's in the building, a usual suspect. Love seeing him also. TDV intro still playing. Thank you, sir. I did turn it off. I got a few people hit me up immediately about that, but good looks, everybody, for letting me know that you are tuned in. We have Governor D Nice is in the building. Always happy to see him. Really excited about that. Let me see here. Oh my God. Yo, if you're watching and you're gonna be on the stream, stop joking around. Yo, he is such a doofus. Okay, so you know what? I'll just tell you right now. 5 Up is gonna be back on the stream just to kind of chat up for the night. Very excited. Always excited to have him. He's such a joker. I told him send me the link to actually so I could invite him into the stream. Yo, he actually sent his email address, but says @hotdick.com. And of course, I'm going really fast, going through everything. I send the email to the invite @hotdicks.com. Very nice. You know, I'm on autopilot when we're doing the show. It's like everything is like automated, going really fast, trying to get everything done on time. And messing around is just such a dick move. All right, I got you for that. Oh my God. All right, I'm going to send it to you right now. Hang tight. He's such a doofus. Oh my God. The way he did this, he made it so confusing because now that trick email only populates. Do me a favor, write the entire email down because it automate like with the joke one that you did. Oh my God, I can't believe you just did that. And I completely didn't see it, and I sent the email out, so very nice. All right, we have also Donamain's in the building. Oh, so he bought his bike yesterday. You gotta let me know what you got. Yo, guys, I just want to kind of mention this real quick. I know I've mentioned Downshift before in a lot of different contexts in regards to his channel getting stuck, in regard to his channel not growing or reversing. One of the key things I wanted to kind of highlight, he's coming back to YouTube. He's making a big return. So if you guys are tuned in, definitely go to his channel and subscribe and show him some love. Because what's happening is that I remember seeing Downshift really, really early on. He did the Bridges of Go video for you guys. It's a classic video where I think he gathered like 3 other major motor vloggers to actually shoot the Bridges of Go video. You might as well go and watch it. It was one of the first high-end, high-quality, very well-produced videos that was in the YouTube ether, I'd say. Okay, so definitely check this video out. So you'll get a general idea of who he is and what he's bringing to the table regarding quality, content, and of course, lots of laughter. He's definitely a jokester, so don't take any of his stuff too seriously or get offended. He's a guy that, you know, love having a good time and jokes around quite a bit. Give me a second here. Just gonna pull up anybody else that is still here. Oh, he just mentioned here Mischief, Witness and Jester Saddle Wound. Yeah, man, that video was really, really, really dope. All right, cool. Here we go. Here, invite. All right, so I just sent him the official invite. By the way, guys, I just wanted to make a quick mention here. I'm gonna pull this off the screen. So we got our second official sponsor of the stream. Again, I don't sell anything. I don't promote anything for anybody to buy, but whenever I partner with any company, it would be a huge favor, ideal thing if you guys want to take your time and actually hit up their links that's going to be in the description to show love and support. That helps the channel grow. Just going to kind of cut it here real quick. Our new sponsor is Hard Knocks Coffee. So as you guys know, this is a company that is very, very supportive regarding motorcycling. It's owned by a writer as well. They supply coffee for MotoGP events. If you guys like, definitely hit the link in the description and grab coffee and candles and stuff like that. Great guy. He's actually been on the stream before. It's Hard Knocks Coffee. The link will be in the description. He even has merch that you can grab and show love and support. So in that space, definitely hit him up and get yourself some coffee, candle, or even kind of merch to show love and support. That'd be really, really dope. And again, I'm not asking for much. If you guys can, definitely show love. All right, 5 Up is actually here. Look at that. Look at you, looking all white. I gotta bust his chop. Somebody has to. Why is it only your head, sir? Here we go, boys. What's good, man? Nope, your audio's not on. What are you doing, messing around over there? There we go.
Can you hear me now?
Of course we can.
Oh, that's because you gotta turn the audio on.
Oh, yo, I told 5 Up before he came onto the show, I said, find a place where it's not too bougie in your home or your motorcycle so I don't look too poor. You can see right behind him, he has a Superleggera and Brutali behind him. Beautiful bike. You're covering it. Actually, let's take a look at those before we start, man. I definitely want to show those bikes.
All right. Are we live right now?
Yeah. You better cut it out. He's such a clown, man. You need to stop now.
How do I turn this motherfucker around?
That's what happened when you give an old man a camera, guys. How do I turn this around? All right, what are we looking at?
That's the MV Agusta Brutali Dragster 800 RR. Say that 10 times fast.
Brutali 800 RR.
Yeah,
That's
Dragster.
it. Oh, you got to throw in the Dragster there too.
That's the difference. There's a difference.
Beautiful bike, man. I love the spokes right behind.
Yeah, I like all the, the anodizing, all the detail with the red anodizing, the full accessory titanium, pre-blued exhaust. See, we got the stupid Nintendo buttons, the Skittles buttons on it. And a bunch of other carbon fiber on the bike. I finally got to ride the bike for the first time. I finally had some decent weather, and I took it for a little rip.
One thing that's special about this bike, guys, most of the stuff that you're seeing here, they're all stock, by the way, which is kind of a weird thing that you're wearing a Ducati shirt and you're showing an MV Agusta. By the way.
I know, it's sacrilege, but no, there's actually a lot of accessories in that bike. Like, it doesn't come just like that.
Yo, don't sit down yet. You have to show the super leg, man. Stop.
Oh, that bike doesn't care. You already told me that you don't want that.
No, not yet. I said I'm not riding that bike. There's a difference.
How do I get you on my freaking screen? This thing is annoying the hell out of me.
Oh my god. Old man 5 up here can't figure it out.
Now I can see you. That's way cuter than me.
All right, let's see that super leg, guys. You know what's weird? He freaking took off the freaking winglets, okay? Signature winglets, he took them off. By the way, boys, this is how you house a really nice bike in your house, okay? Don't leave it outside. I can't believe you took off the winglets, by the way, man. Sacrilege.
They just bolt back on, man. Can you see the dash clearly here, Mike?
Yeah, we can see it clear.
Okay, now check this out. So in rider modes, sport mode, hey, why not do 5 up mode?
Oh, you can customize it.
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, that's my roll race mode. That's all traction control and everything shut off on the bike. So it's straight savage.
That's that bougie roll, by the way. When you can actually customize a riding mode, you're bougie. You're like above and beyond kind of thing. That's why I don't have him on the stream too often, because stuff like this hurts my feelings a little bit.
How does it hurt your feelings?
Listen, don't make me use my black card, okay?
You're being silly. You are being silly. Oh man, looks like I got in from riding just in time, man. It's just started raining here in Southeast Michigan.
By the way, heads up, guys. 5 Up and I are really good friends, so don't take any of this personal. We banter all the time. It's all part of good fun and games, and we don't take ourselves too seriously. But just a heads up, I will be out his way in June for about a couple of days. We're gonna fly out, ride some cool roads, and basically enjoy life a little bit. What'd you say?
Dude, I got duct tape, ball gag, zip ties, and anal beads ready. So,
yo, he is just searching for that cancellation. By the way, just your boy here is just trying to be normal. Not try to get canceled or something weird, but he does his best to look for ways to get canceled. But what's new with you, man? What's going on?
Just chilling, man. I have a lot of cleanup to do on the bike. I got to take some parts off of it and some customer bikes in the shop in the garage. and get some stuff out to powder coat and stuff and whatever. But we rode today, man. It was 80 degrees here for the first time this year in Michigan, sunny. And a small group of us went out, did about probably like 125 miles my first run out, and then did like another 60 miles on the new 3rd generation boost I just got. So put some more braking miles. I love that smile.
How many boosters do you have, man? You know what's so great, guys? By the way, let me just kind of show you this real quick. Hang tight, Steve. Hold on one second. When he says he's working on something, this is what we're talking about, guys. Let's take a quick look. I want you guys just to get a general idea what he's talking about when he's like, "Oh, I'm just working on some stuff. I'm just working on a bike or whatever." This is what he's referring to. This is not like your average person working on their bike. This is what he's talking about.
Not whining about shit. She coming together in an impossible amount of time.
Yeah, those Chris Progno's B4R.
We're talking about everything completely stripped down, guys. So the bike is completely bare bones to the, to basically nothingness, or just the engine block, really. So that's nuts, man.
Yeah, it's just all nuts and bolts, and it's just something, you're really good at doing what you do, and you're really good at, being short and.
Yo, I'm 5'7". Calm down. Oh my God, that's average height. Yo, I compensate for my height elsewhere. Okay, just know that.
He's 5'3" on his pogo stick.
Oh my.
No, but Mike, you're really talented and really good at what you do with putting together these live streams, with your social media, with your being able to knock out what you do with the stuff that you do. What am I trying to say? The damn your business, what you work on, what you do for a living, graphic design and stuff. There we go.
Yo, hence the beginning of the stream, how I let the audio run. All right, you're so good at what you. it's just overwhelming sometimes. But it takes a little bit of I guess ball rolling. Every time you do it, it's amazing. You get on, the comments are rolling in, you're checking everything out, you have a great guest to talk to. It's always fun, but the initial get up and go always takes a little bit extra. So
yeah, but hey, Mike, look at this. Tonight compared to the first time we tried doing this, and then compare this podcast and in a little bit to the second time, the redo. Yeah. So you are progressing in strides. Me and Eve were just talking about this. We had a good conversation about you, actually, and it was nothing but praise.
You're like, nah, man, he's black. No, he's just a little darker. No, he's just chocolate. Was that with the real debate?
No. He's not darker than you. You kidding me? That man will cook a white man steak like no white man I've ever seen. Ask him. Do it for you.
Yo.
Hey, never mind. I'll save this for after hours. But anyways, me and Eve have a great relationship too. And we were having a conversation about you, Mike, that how impressive your channel is and how it's progressed. But it already started at a very high level when it comes to production levels. And, we're both always been really impressed with that, whether it be the footage, the angles that you're getting, the sound quality, and also the other dynamics of your intros and outros and stuff like that. And it's epic. It's really, really good. It's real clean. And I think you need to give yourself a pat on the back every once in a while for that.
Yeah, it's so funny when people tell you this, it's kind of weird, like saying, "Oh man," because I'm like, I don't want to say anything because now it's be like this guy like think he's full of himself a little bit or something like that. But it's very interesting when somebody tells you this, and then it doesn't really meet your subscriber count or something like that. But you've learned to not put those two things in the same bucket almost.
No, and you shouldn't. I think we've all had to learn that. Even when I was starting my YouTube and everything, I kind of got a really well start because the arsenal of equipment I had to video, being well spoken, also working on my own stuff, which I really need to get back into. I'm actually employing an amazing couple from New York to work on some footage for me that I'm going to take to them. And we're going to revitalize the 5 Up channel together. But it's always going to be clutch first.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Real quick, I just want to say what's up to Chris Key is here also watching. So, guys, I might intermittently stop just to kind of say hello to everybody. You guys know I like to make this interactive, not just about the two of us talking and stuff like that. You guys are part of the channel. You're part of the conversation. So,
romance, man, it is about the subscribers and the people tuning in, for sure.
So if you guys want to chime in, you want to drop questions in between those, this would be the perfect time, by the way, because 5 Up has had a slew of bikes and know so much. He's like a well of information, so way more than I know. Even when I'm working on my own project, I end up partnering with him to kind of either get motivated to keep on going or at least get some solutions. So, this is your time to kind of get some of that. But on one good note, I want to kind of show you guys some of his roll racing real quick. So hang tight. What are you doing there? Going dark? Huh?
Yeah, we literally just lost our power.
Huh? You totally lost your light.
There we go.
Yeah, you're back on. It's all good. I was going to show something anyway of you. Guys, I want to kind of show you, and I want to talk about roll racing. I think it's something that is very interesting, and I'm slowly, I'm not saying I'm getting into it, but I'm having a better understanding of roll racing and the excitement of what you guys do. I have a couple of, let's see here. This one is really cool. It's a very short clip, but I want to play this night one. Take a look, guys. Yeah, it's just like that. I'll show you guys another one that I thought that was crazy here. This one's a speciality, one of my favorite bikes that he has that he got rid of. Shame on you. Shame.
Sorry.
Intensity in each one of these roll races. This is why I have to bring it up. Even though I don't do roll races like that, I'm sure I'll get a couple of pulls here and there once I'm with Steve. But I've seen so much of those. It's becoming like a big new rave on YouTube. I don't know if I would say everyone does it as well as you guys, or at least is making it as popular as possible. But
it's definitely getting more popular, Mike. It's going to be a hooligan hobby to where it's going to actually turn into a sport very soon. Mark my words, where there's going to be more events that are going to be held at runways with ambulance and with safety crew and, marked distances properly. And this is really starting to take off more and more. It's a very, very fun way to actually use the horsepower of these bikes.
So here's a good question. How do you guys deal with like people? Because I know a lot of people are like, these guys are just going straight.
Yeah, we get that all the time. But if you look not very deep into my channel, you'll see that I do a lot of track days also.
So you actually do corners too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah, it kills me. It's funny. Guys are really quick to you only go straight, you only pin the throttle. And those are the first guys to come out and race with us that lose. and they can't figure out how to get it straight and why they just got beat by a Texas Mile.
But to be fair, in those road races, I've learned one of the biggest thing I've learned very, very early on in the beginning: do not race those guys. In my personal opinion, their bikes are really structured for that. We're talking about they streamlined the bike, streamlined by like removing a lot of weight, getting lighter wheels, suspension set up a little bit different. The bikes is lowered to some degree. I don't even think even a 200 horsepower plus bike can actually win those races.
Yeah, I mean, I punch out of my weight class all the time with racing smaller guys, with racing more well set up bikes. That particular race you just showed had a swing arm on it, quite a bit of weight removed. You know, there's quite a bit more going on with that bike than my Speciale, for sure. My Speciale was a full weight bike. All my brakes are there. The bike was lowered and strapped. And beyond that, not much else done to it, you know. So the bike definitely put up one heck of a fight for the most part for what it is. And I just went out today on the Super Leg, and the 1441 built motor big bore extended Busa that beat me consistently last year on the Speciale. I had no problem beating him today, you know, on the Super Leg. The leg is a lot faster than the Speciale was.
So here's the thing. What would you say is probably key in these situations? The weight of the bike, or actually having, because I know a lot of time people are like, I want to get a 200 horsepower bike. I want to get a really fast bike and do certain things. From what I'm seeing, at least I'm just observing from the outside, which gives me crazy anxiety seeing you guys going like that. You know what it is for me? I'm always thinking, oh my God, something might jump on the road. I always have like that something in the back of my mind, and it just kind of makes me nervous. I think because I ride in New York, because there's always something coming, and I'm always picturing that. I'm like, oh my God, there's no reaction time.
Right. No, I hear you. So setup is key, and the rider weight is huge, and the size of the rider. I'm 6 foot. I'm probably closer to nearly 210 pounds suited. I'm pretty big and heavy when it comes to most of these guys that are 120, 140 pounds. Are children riding these bikes. You might as well put, you know, a couple of servos on them and a RC receiver and, you know, drive them remote control. But, you know, when it comes down to a max effort bike, like what I'm doing with my H2 and what I'm doing with my BMW, those bikes, we remove anything that is not needed. We use exotic materials, titanium, carbon fiber, aluminum, wherever we can to shave weight, you know. So the weight is a big thing. Weight actually, it's always, we just had this conversation in my other group chat, but some old timers really like to build motors and make more horsepower, you know. Well, with a lot of these potential bikes that are 998 cc's, you build them, you do bigger bores, more cylinder pressure, less head gasket retention, making more horsepower per liter or per cc. And what ends up happening is you lose reliability with a lot of these engines, unless you're really spending big money like I am with the H2. What you are always better off doing is removing weight. Weight is basically your biggest enemy when you're trying to accelerate that bike in the half mile or drag racing in the quarter mile. It's not as big of a deal when we race 9/10 down in Florida, but that's, you know, there's more factors in racing that long of a race, which is nearly a mile. Everything's different at that point. Aerodynamics really comes into play there after the half mile, which is the reason why I have no quad winglets on the Superleggera.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking too. I don't think it's more of a power thing at this point. I mean, I am watching and I'm kind of seeing some of it. I don't think it's more about power at this point, because all of the bikes seems to be 200 brake horsepower anyway. I think it's just a matter of how much weight you remove, probably your tune, or how much air go into the engine, give you a bigger combustion. So that's what I'm guessing. That's what it is, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it all works together. You're always better off to have both. You're going to be faster if you have the skill to do it. If you are the proper size to be racing guys similar size, you'll hear it in Eep's videos all the time that he always wants to race someone his size. And on these bikes, unless a big guy is like on a Busa or ZX14, it's a very difficult bike, any of the leader bikes, especially the Ducatis, to get behind the windscreen enough to the point that it's not slowing you down dramatically against your opponent. So, but like I said, honestly, Mike, the most amount of fun I have on a bike really is not even roll racing. It's the easiest and most obtainable for us around here because we have a couple of roads that we can do it on. Yeah. But my love is really track riding. I really, really enjoy doing track days, which unfortunately it takes more time, more time away from my business and stuff like that. But I try to do it as much as possible, and it's way more rewarding to be out on the track on these bikes than what it is really on the street. So,
quick question. Somebody does have a question here. The Jack in the Box mentioned here, ask you about the lightest H2. Question asking about the Easy H2 video.
The Easy H2.
All right.
So yeah, that's a funny one. Gosh, I think it's on my Instagram, on my 5 Up Motorcycles Instagram. Like, if you want to pull it up.
Yeah, I'm already doing that as we're talking. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would think these guys would get a kick out of this. So this is by no means, if you do play, it's by no means mocking Mr. 650 because we all have great respect for him. But we removed the engine, the damaged engine. I spun a rod bearing on my H2 from drag racing, not roll racing, but drag racing. And, so we had to get the engine out to get it over to the engine builder. And I had guys in from out of town, and we kind of had a blast with what we did with the chassis afterwards. So.
And so I'm assuming this. It's so funny. I thought he was referring to an actual race or something like that, and I did have it pulled up here. So again, you guys are mad disrespectful. I'm just gonna call it out now for this. This is it. Just want to kind of have the audio on first. Let's run that back.
This is full of horsepower. Oh, this is what you call power right here.
All right, wheelie controls off at this moment. Let me straighten this. Oh my God, I'm dying. 65, where's the Cleveland roll at? Cleveland roll going.
You guys are animals, man.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
You got to do the head nod. 1, 2, 3.
What else do you do with the 35,000?
He's stuck in there. We got to lift the bike up to get him out.
Yo, you guys are freaking animals. But just to kind of mention, guys, here, yes, we were laughing at this, but this bike was actually taken apart by Steve, man. This is just mind blowing, the amount of work that you actually do on these bikes. Like, I don't see myself ever. I mean, I can't say I never see myself ever doing it, but it's just such an absurd amount of work, man. That's wild.
That bike is actually really unique, Mike. I'd like to touch base on what is going on with the H2.
Yeah, go ahead. Please fill us in.
So like I said, I spun a rod bearing on it because they have a oiling starvation issue. When you extend the swing arm and you're leaving really hard from a dead stop, the oil actually leaves the pickup of the oil pump in the lower part of the oil pan. The oil pan on H2 is actually shaped incorrectly for that type of racing, but it was never intended for it, right? So we're modifying these bikes and finding their weak points. So that bike, again, we're removing a lot of weight out of it. Any tabs on that frame that don't need to be there, I'm cutting off. You know, composite parts, carbon fiber parts, along with, you know, doing some work on the braking system, removing the ABS, doing some upgraded master cylinders and brake pads and stuff like that to make up for it. But it is getting a complete built motor. It's going to be actually my second motorcycle with a complete built motor. It's being done by RCC. That's a very, very well-known business in Canada. Richard over there is doing the build on it. We're doing a custom set of titanium connecting rods. We're upping the compression with the custom piston, custom camshafts, crankshafts being lightened, the cylinder heads being ported. So that bike used to make right around 275-ish rear wheel horsepower. And it should be on good barrel E85, as we would call it, control fuel. It'll probably be near the 400 mark at the rear tire when I'm done with it, and the bike is going to be considerably lighter.
I'm going to ask this because people are going to ask for this probably after this stream is over or even in between. So, yes, you're fortunate enough to have like multiple bikes where you could kind of do this. How do you even warrant like buying? So let's say I get it. If you get like a used bike, used, you know, Busa, something like that, or whatever it is. I'm using Busa as an example because they're probably like my least favorite out your batch. But you buy an H2 to make it a roll racing bike. How do you justify that? Because that bike's already badass, all right? It's turbocharged. It's plenty fast.
Supercharged.
It's well, supercharged. Yeah.
Big difference.
Oh, my God. I can't keep up with all this shit, man. How do you decide to actually do that with that bike? Because it's not an entry, you know, price point wise, it's not like a small entry price point for this bike for you to actually decide to do that to the point where you cause some engine damage where you're having to rebuild it completely. So I'm assuming at this point it's already slated to be a pure, just like a roll race bike, right?
Yeah, kind of a FU bike, as we would call it, right? Okay. So the weird part about the H2 is it only fits in a weird genre of drag racing, roll racing in its own class because it's a leader bike. It's 998cc, 1000cc bike, but it's supercharged. So you're not going to go after a 600 rear wheel horse RCC Ultra Busa. And if you try racing a GSXR 2018 and newer that has like a 4x6, 4 millimeter by 6 millimeter, and that's your overbore towards your overstroke, you try picking on one of those guys, and you're picking on because you're on a supercharged bike, right? So H2s is funny thing because I say that, trying to have the fastest H2, which I'm not, is like being the smartest retard, right? So it's just...
you can't use that language anymore, man.
Oh, well, whatever, sorry.
Jesus God.
But, it's unfortunate. You okay?
Yes.
You gonna make it?
Oh my God! I'm just busting your chops. You're good. You're good.
You understand what I'm getting at,
I know.
right?
I know.
Because, but to choose that bike is because that bike is so special, Mike. It does have a very unique, special, awesome platform, and I like unique bikes, as you've always known. I don't go for the real basic cookie cutter bikes, even though I do have, I've had a couple of Busas. I just upgraded my second gen to a third generation Busa, 2022. But, overall, the H2 is just a really special bike to ride. It's very unique. So as the first video you showed of me years ago, probably that was 2017 or 18 when the bike was still stock wheelbase, I was this close to getting rid of that bike, Mike. It was only a flash and tune, flash and full exhaust, and lowered 1 inch, and the bike was nearly unrideable.
Oh, wow.
At its full level, and it only made 230 6 horsepower back then at the tire, and it was miserable to ride. It's a very, very difficult bike to ride. So it wasn't until I started learning setup and put an arm on it, and now learning even more about setup to make it all work, is it going to be a very, very fast bike for me. You know, and there might be a couple of individuals I might ask to dance with when I get done for undisclosed amounts of Biden bucks, but
Biden bucks.
Overall, I'm doing it for me. It's my love for the bike, and like I said, I'm doing a color change on the bike, which is, you know, only 3 H2s that I know of have done a full color change, because it has that beautiful, unique, negative charged panel painting done on it that you can't replicate, right? So, but you roll up to a H2 meet and they are all the same. They all look similar. They all have carbon fiber wheels. They all have a swing arm on them, and they're all the same color. You don't even know which bike to get on after you've gotten off of yours. So I'm going to change the color of the frame slightly and do a complete color change on the bike. It's going to be very, very beautiful and unique when I'm done with it.
Let me see. I have a clip here. I think it might be the rear of H2. Let's take a quick look. I just want to see that. Hang tight. Always having those clip cues, by the way. Shout out to myself, all right, for actually having those clips ready, because I actually did those damn clips 5 minutes.
Good job, Michael.
Yo, I did them 5 minutes before the show, all right? Hence why I was probably a little upside down, whatever. I want to see this right here.
Michael.
Oh, my God. I think that's it, right? An extended swing arm, Jesus. Oh, you got him. No, that's not it. Oh, long term, he got you.
Mike, I remember that race. That was actually a BMW. That was a 2014 BMW dubbed Eleanor.
So it's stretched too.
Yeah, that was not the H2. Yeah, the H2 is in a completely different league at the level it was at before than my Speciale. The Speciale would have disappeared in the fisheye of the GoPro, you know. Way far behind that bike.
That's wild, man. Here's the thing. I have to ask this question because I want to know, but I think a lot of people would want to know.
Okay.
Road racing, not street legal. I'm assuming nobody stops if any lights come up. You don't have to admit. You don't have to say anything. I'm just saying. Let's speak in broad terms here. I'm assuming.
Dude, I don't have the eyesight to be able to judge cars and to run. I'm not saying I haven't in the past, where I may have just not looked behind me to see who might be behind me. I just continued on my way. Today we had an incident. My buddy was out on his 2020 V4S Panigale bone stock. He hasn't had a bike since he had a new 996 Ducati. So this is a big departure. Back in 2018, I let him ride my H2, my 1299 SA, and my V4 Speciale when I very first took delivery of it. And we all went out and had a good time. And ever since then, the bug's been planted. And, you know, he ended up buying this bike. So we're leaving intersection, going across the road. I'm on my super leg, he's on that, and we crank it out, right? Perfectly straight road. It's a back road out here by us, no driveways in that area. And I was top of 4th gear. Go ahead and do your gear calculator to know what the top of 4th gear is. It's 100XX. And you know, I look over to the left side and there's conservation officer parked there. And a DNR can pull you over for anything. They can, you know, they have more power than a sheriff or state police or whatever. And I chopped the throttle. I looked once, I saw his lights were on. I looked twice, and he was pulling out. and I was in very high excess speed. I'm like, you know what? This is 2 miles away from my house.
Oh my God.
All they had to do is call local authorities, and it's going to be very easy to figure out who it is because I work on most of the authorities' vehicles and, stuff like that. So they would put them in a bind. So I stopped. My buddy stopped further ahead. Guy pulled up to me. He goes, pull up to your buddy, whatever. Took our license. He goes, you guys had to have been doing over 70. I'm like, I don't know. I said, officer, I said, when you're doing what we were just doing, I said, which was dumb, obviously, you're not looking at a speedometer. I said, it's much safer to look in front of you. So he kind of got a giggle out of that, and come back. He goes, man, you have a bad driving record. I'm like, I'm aware of that. I paid dearly to, to have that driving record. And he let us go. He goes, why I'm letting you go? I'm like, why? He goes, because you stopped. He goes, I'm 3 for 4 for dirt bikes, and whatever, people running from me when I try pulling them over. He goes, so more than likely my radio would have caught you before you would have got home. I'm like, I said, absolutely. That's felony misdemeanor. Cops would be knocking on my door, impounding my bike, whatever. And the guy completely just let us go because we were respectful and we were white.
I think being white has something to do with it, man. I never get. I'm always very nice to cops, man. I never get this reaction. What the fuck? I'm a little jealous on that. But hang tight. Just want to kind of pull up a couple of comments. There's a couple of more people that joined in and stuff are watching. Hang tight, guys. I'm just gonna pull up some comments. If you do have any questions, of course, we're replying to everybody. It's not just us talking. It's not just about us. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye on that chat and replying to everybody as well. Let's see what I got. Fireblade Pilot's in the building. He has a speciale. Funny thing is, I think his speciale was Jarrett's speciale. And 5UP is very good friends with Jarrett. So no, was it? No, it wasn't Jarrett's bike. It was Jarrett's buddy's bike, I think. Yeah, it was Campisi's bike. They had a video where I think Jarrett met up with, I forgot his name, Ducati Spacers. I think that's his bike. I think that's
Kevin. That's Kevin's from California area.
Yeah,
though. That's gosh, I'm drawing a blank. He does he does Ducati Spacers and Ducati Heat Shields.
Yes, so that was his specialty that Fireblade Pilot ended up with. So that's very cool. I love how
because we got our bikes all at about the same time.
I love how it's like a small niche community, how that could happen. That's really, really dope. We also have Power Motos in the building, always a usual watching like that as well. Good is in the building. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Well, you could just write G-O-O-D, good. I guess that's how you say it. Marcus Johnson's in the building. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Again, if you're watching, enjoying some of this stuff, doesn't hurt. I do have a link for any sponsors. If you want to shop, you could hit those up. And if you want to hit the thumbs up, always amazing. So we have Matrix Designer is in the building as well. Really, really cool. Quite a few people. We have Lennon Reyes. Lennon Reyes also is watching. So we'll always take a little bit of time to just kind of greet everybody and say what's good and make sure that we touch base as we're going. But we will jump back to the conversation. I do have something very spicy I want to talk about. As you guys know, I was in Texas for a while, and I rode several bikes. And right after my last stream, 5UP called me immediately. He's like, the way you spoke about this bike was very, very, very professional. So we're going to talk a little bit of the R7, guys. All right, I'm going to be honest about the R7. And I want to hear your take on it. I don't know if you've ever ridden that bike. We probably wouldn't ride that bike anyway. This guy's riding a super leg, so you wouldn't be on it. No, I'm just messing around.
I was on an 848 Street Fighter today. You kidding me?
What's wrong with an 848 Street Fighter? That's people's dream bikes, man. That's a big move.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yo, you see how you said that?
What?
There's a slight shift in your pitch when you goes, yeah. Somebody's
Well, I don't know. I rode that Street Fighter, and I'd much rather be riding your Street Fighter, yet you still keep on talking down about being poor, you know. And
listen, let's not talk about things like that. Let's keep it moving.
hey, there's a big difference between poor and broke. Dave Chappelle's dad taught him that.
That's very true. Very, very true. So, guys, if you guys, any of you guys ride the R7, drop any comments in the live chat. I will reply either after the stream or right now we will reply. So I rode the R7, guys. That bike has a lot of clout. Very exciting bike. We will get back to our conversation, but I had to kind of plug this in because it's kind of figures a good topic to talk about. I was not happy with this bike. I did not like the R7, not because I'm not a Yamaha kind of person. I love the R1. I think it sounds amazing. The R7 to me is a cash grab motorcycle. You know, what I told 5UP is that they use the ethos of the R6 to bridge the name R7. The original R7 was actually formidable to the R6. I'm talking about way back in the day. So they did the R7, I guess, in the ethos of the R6 to kind of sell it as much as possible for a lot of new riders. Now, if you are looking for a bike, you are into like race bikes, super bikes and stuff like that, and you're just starting out, you want that feel, it's a nice entry point. But I did not like the bike, but I will kind of talk about why I didn't like the bike. What do you think, Steve? You've never ridden that bike, right?
I haven't ridden it. You know, I've watched reviews on it. I very often watch YouTube and watch, you know, different, you know, reviews from, you know, some of our guys who do a lot of press stuff. And I believe Ebe actually rode the R7. He did a press launch because he's also endorsed by Yamaha. But that bike is a parallel twin, correct? The engine configuration?
Yeah, it's an inline, like the triple. It's a triple.
Oh, is it a triple?
It's a triple.
You sure?
I think so. Yeah. If I'm wrong, guys, let me know. Yeah, it's a triple. You know what? Let me pull that up. Go ahead.
Okay,
I know it's a triple for sure.
Okay, so it'd be like an MT09 engine?
Yes. 100%. It's the same platform, same base. It just structure the dynamics a little bit different. The layout, the ergonomics is a little bit different. The fairings on there, but it's the same.
It's more like I guess the best comparison that I would know would be like a Ducati Super Sport, the 950 Super Sport.
Yes, but I haven't ridden the 950 Super Sport. But here's my experience with the bike. And again, Yamaha, don't shun me, okay? If you guys want to cut me a check and kind of have me ride your bike, your boy still gotta pay the bills. So take this with a grain of salt.
Well,
It's a joke, guys. Calm down. I'm just messing around. So here's some of the things that I really liked with the bike. It sounded really good with the SE Project. It sounded really, really good. It gave you the feeling that you were on a big bike. But the suspension wasn't great when I rode it. The minute I hit triple digit on the bike, it was not as stable as it should have been. I felt like there was a little bit of movement, a little bit. As soon as you hit like 110 with the bike, it didn't, maybe it was crosswinds when I was in Texas, but it I don't know. It was just like not my favorite bike.
you know, Mike, I really feel like that bike is not just a cash grab, because there's guys that want bearings for the track and want a entry level bike that's not a R6. So with the MT09 triple, like you said, when you rode the MT09, they have way more mid-range and usable power down low. Have you ever ridden the R6?
R6 is, yeah.
I rode Brent's from Motonocity when we swapped bikes there back a few years ago when we were in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He rode my 1299 SA. This is before the Speciale, and I rode his brand new R6, 2017 model, I believe. That bike was, and mind you, I'm comparing it at the time because I still had a Triumph 765R 2016 model year. Triple, tons of mid-range, revved really well, buttery smooth Triumph triple. There's no one who does a triple better than a Triumph. Mark my words, that it just is what it is. But the R7, I believe, is a great bike that guys that are getting out of the 300s on track and are going to step it up with more usable mid-range and a little bit more usable torque to get out of corners than an R6 that has to be on 12 all the time.
Yes.
I think these guys are going to put, shock cartridges on them. They're going to put, good rear shocks on them. So Yamaha doesn't bother trying to do like an SP version of this R7. They save that for, the MT10. I really don't. I think you took the bike maybe wrong. What you thought it was supposed to be versus what it is, and I'm willing to bet that a lot of your intermediate level riders and stuff are going to be dragging me with this bike at track days with minor suspension and brake upgrade.
I think you might be right about that. Maybe I interpret the bike a little bit incorrectly. I don't know. I think I might have been looking at it like, you know what it is? I could have been in the big bike mind space. As if, coming, because I had the 1100 factory access to me, some other bigger bikes that, maybe I wasn't thinking about it. I mean, it is a track bike. If you want to take it to do track, it's perfect for that. I'm just thinking about it from the point of, let's say if you were to buy that bike, it's about $9,000. You still have to put more money into it to kind of get it the way you want it to be, or the way for it to be like perfectly fit and feel for you to ride track with it. But it's possible that I'm looking at it that way. And here's the thing, I don't think it's just.
I mean, look at what a V2 would cost you, or a Daytona, 765 or something.
Was it 16,000?
Premium level bike.
Those are like 16,000.
So, yeah. I mean, you're honestly, for a track bike, if you're not a brand loyalist, I think you're way further ahead doing a bike like that. And I'm telling you, R6, guys can be really fast with the R6, but I'm telling you, it's a very experienced rider to be fast on an R6.
No, because you have to be really high on the range.
Very, very high in the revs. You cannot pussyfoot that bike around the track and expect it to pull out of a corner just on its own free will. You have to literally, snap that horse in the ass to, get it to maintain, power to power you out of a corner. So I'm a fan of the R7 without even riding it, just because of what I think the market and the genre and the people that Yamaha is shooting for. Because people like 600s are dead, Mike. You don't see their. I think maybe CBR. I think there's a CBR 600. But there's not a Gixxer 600 anymore. I think these 600 models are really falling away for a light middleweight, something that has more usable power.
Well, I think what's happening is that you can buy a higher end bike and just dial down the modes. You can still ride it. I think that's what's kind of negating some of the 600 class. But here's the thing. Here's my thought on this, right? Just hear me out. Are most people buying this bike with the same thought that you just shared with me? Granted, you opened up my eye to it because I was looking at it the other way. When I got on the bike, I thought it was going to be a little bit of something else. But you just clearly clarify things a little bit. Now I could look at it from your perspective, from what you're talking about. But are people buying it with that eye? Or like me? Because out in Texas, it's every time you jump on the road, if you're not in a street road, you jump any highways, you're hitting triple digits at all times. Like I was talking to the guys and I'm like, all right, so we're just going to cruise. We're just going to go to this. We're going to go out for lunch or dinner or whatever. And they're like, yeah, we're cruising. Cruising is like 90 to 110 at all times.
Yeah, it depends on what part of Texas too, Mike. It really does. Because, I mean, I was in like Houston area back years ago and the highways did not move that well. So it was very hard for us to do what we were trying to do on the roads over there. I'm sure you can take 1.5 guesses of what we were trying to do there.
Oh God.
But yeah, and then some of the outer roads in Austin area, they do move out pretty well, during most times of the day or whatever. I understand. I mean, all I can say, your least favorite bike, Busa. That's all I can say.
Oh my God, you had to say, okay. All right, your logic makes a lot of sense. I'm not even going to go there and kind of fight that a little bit. But I think a lot of people are buying this bike with the interpretation that it's something else. Or am I wrong?
I don't know, man. I think that maybe they're in a price point where they don't want to destroy their wrist and go all the time, all around town. So, this is a good bridge crossover for someone, that's kind of a newer rider that wants to be a little bit more chill, and but yet still have the accessibility maybe to have one of their, dealerships or good friends talk them into doing a track day. And once that bug bites you, it's over. And that's a great bike, more than likely to, kind of build off of a platform to work off of.
Yeah. But, yeah, like I said, I think it's a good point that you mentioned, at least seeing it from that perspective, because I was not even looking at it in that sense. But like I said, I feel like a new rider or somebody that's not fully experienced, their take on it's going to be like, it's an R7 compared to the R6.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Doesn't bridge. Okay, where you're going to, Mike, is you're just saying it doesn't bridge the gap from R6 to R1. That is not the bridge bike for that.
If they called it something else, I'd be like more than happy. I'd be like, okay, I get it.
Well, they already used Yamaha Tracer, so I don't know what else they're going to use.
Yeah.
So, but let's stop beating the dead horse.
Yes.
You had a better experience on some of these other bikes, and I keep on preaching. I'm like, Mike, Super Duke, you got to ride a Super Duke.
Yes.
Mike, you got to ride a KTM Super Duke.
That's nasty. Those are nasty. By the way, RS660, again, still shout out to that bike. That Aprilia RS660, even though it falls in that same space.
That is a bridge bike right there. Yeah. That is a true bridge bike.
I would tell you 100%, throw in the extra $2,500, buy that first. Hang tight. A couple of more people showed up just saying what's up to everybody. And then I'll just show you guys a clip of 5UP receiving his, actually not receiving, more like revealing his super leg, which was a really cool moment. I thought that'd be something really cool to share as well. Hang tight here. Just going to pull that up, actually. Guys, again, thank you all for tuning in, guys. Always appreciate everybody that's watching. If you're digging what we're doing, digging the conversation, or you want to be part of it, always let us know. We're more than willing to kind of, shoot an invite and have you on, man. Also, let's see what we got here. We've got that FZ Rider is in the building. Of course, got to say what's up to him. And, of course, Downshift still watching. Of course, always love that. He just shot me a couple of texts with some of his video, his reveal video that's coming up soon. That's going to be pretty dope to see that. We have Jack Be Quick, guys. He's out of Texas. Definitely drop him a subscription, guys. He's the owner of several really dope bikes, high-end stuff, almost level of 5UP.
He just took delivery of his CBR Triple R Fireblade SP also.
Yes, sir. He's part of the roll racing community that I don't know jack shit about. So definitely show him love if somebody's here. Again, it's a small community, guys.
Was that pun intended, Mike?
What is it? Show him love?
Said Jack Quick.
Jack Be Quick.
About Jack Be Quick.
Oh, my God. Yo, you're always extra, man. Jesus Christ. We also have Moto Mac TVs in the building. I think he's from New York. A lot of his videos coming out of New York as well. It's kind of hard to determine if he is, but he does go to the events.
Meetups also. Yeah, yeah, great guys. It used to be Mac and GTV. Now it's Moto Mac.
Yes, sir. Which most likely we will be riding this.
A 6th gen ZX10.
Yeah, all blacked out.
Yep.
Yeah, most likely, hopefully we get an opportunity to link up this season and kind of produce something or do some content or something like that, guys. See what else we got here. We have also S1000RR Mia. I'm debating getting a 2018 Ducati Hypermotard as a second bike what would you suggest, considering that you had yours for a minute? Yeah, as a second bike, yeah, I think it's gonna be fun. You're gonna bang through the gears a lot. So, as for a bike like that, for sure, you wanna, as a second bike, not as a first for sure. Second bike is definitely cool. But we will be answering more and more questions towards the end. Just wanted to kind of take a quick moment to kind of say what's good to everybody. By the way, my babies are in the back. If you guys could see them. I usually pull out the Street Fighter. Yeah.
Hi, sweetheart.
No, it's not even like that. Calm down, boy. Just want to show you guys here.
Oh, that one. Wait. What am I seeing right there? Man, that's a fine ass right there.
Oh my God, calm down.
What?
Guys, I want to play this clip for you guys of him receiving his Super Leggera, man. Really, really dope bike. And well, this is a reveal. Still love the fact that the winglets are on there, boy. I don't understand the deal with people not liking how these bikes sound. I love those sounds. So cool.
Ducati's finest out here today.
I knew there was a reason why you came to this meetup.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Okay. What do you think?
It's beautiful. What do you mean I think? It's gorgeous. But you put a fucking Brock strap. No, I'm not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything. Beautiful.
You almost, but you.
Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful bike, man. Just walk us through that day, man. I could imagine, like, just having that reveal. Look at you. Yo, he's smiling mad hard right now. Just for me playing that clip. I had to leave that clip just to kind of play it and just
Ebe's reactions when Ebe is literally, let's call it in the buff, right? When he is not behind the camera doing his YouTubing himself. He really does a really good job of keeping things PG, but you know my sense of humor, man. I kind of have a little bit of a I don't give a sense of humor as long as I'm not hurting anybody's feelings, right? But like he is freaking hilarious, and that statement, hey, you put an effing Brock strap on it, you know, it's just like what the heck, you know, it freaked him right out, and just his reaction was awesome. The reason why we kept that reveal from Ebe was because he was the person that I most wanted to see a positive reaction out of, and that is, you know, really one of my biggest cheerleaders and fans. You know, we cheerlead each other, we bust our, you know, each other's balls the hardest, also like brothers, right? But overall, he is the next biggest Ducati superbike enthusiast that's close to me, right? So I didn't care about keeping it from anybody else and making it a surprise for YouTube or any of this stuff. That was personal for me, that I wanted to debut for Ebe and surprise him over it. It was nothing to do with outdoing him. It was nothing to do with trying to make a mockery of anything. It was all in love, and I was very, very, very excited. Still watching that video and looking to my left here, it still doesn't seem real, Mike. It still doesn't seem real. It doesn't. It's just I'm so grateful for what I've been able to do with, you know, my workplace, with my work, my shop, you know, that I started in 2013, and you know, doing taking hold of this passion. And what we do to ride and have this camaraderie. Mike, you and I never would have met if I didn't get into motorcycles, right? So
yeah,
you know, same thing with, I've met Mac and G, I've met Jack B. Quick, you know, Ebe and I are very close, and there's so many other guys that I'm really, really close with, even locals, a lot of people who aren't known on social media, that we would do anything for each other, and it's on a whole nother level. And I'm a guy who comes from modifying cars also, so late model, you know, Ford vehicles, Hellcats, LS based stuff, and you you know, I used to go out street racing all the time throughout the years with my own cars and group of guys and whatever. And it's always all cloak and dagger and, you know, I'm not going to race you because of this, that, whatever. Well, now we have this group of guys that do these meetups similar to what you saw there at that Nashville meet, and the energy is nothing but positivity at these meets. Yeah. You know, we rub shoulders, we shake hands, you know, sometimes I occasionally grab a couple asses, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's all in good fun. We have a great time, man, and I wouldn't change it for the world. And I have a whole nother group of guys that I've met because of motovlogging, YouTube, social media networking and everything. I met, you know, Brett from Motonosity, really, really good guy. Multiple conversations, would do it with Dan, you know, guys from all over, Yami, Noob, whatever. And this is all in part with networking with Ebe also. But like even in the road racing community and stuff like that, it's a whole nother level of camaraderie and really, really good people I've even met there. And man, I'll spend hours at Ducati Detroit or at Triumph Detroit and, you know, hanging out at these dealerships where I become personal, close friends with customers that walk in or immediately hit it off with people. I mean, I'll hang out and the guys that own the place and salespeople are busy and I'll start talking to customers and before you know it, I'll have a bike sold for them. So that's a good feeling seeing, you know, being able to explain things about the mechanics of these bikes and what they're capable of to these people and put them in layman's terms for them to understand it. It's just bouncing things off of each other all the time. Just really, really good stuff.
Guys, it's not just Steve don't only just ride the bikes, he works on them himself. So that's one of the beauty of him being able to have so many bikes that he doesn't have to have somebody who does maintenance. But just to kind of give you guys a quick heads up, if you are part of this channel, you watch, you want to kind of chill and stuff like that, I will be out in Detroit with Steve in June for a couple of days, just hanging out, riding bikes and shooting the shit. So if you guys want to link up, you can always just message us. Also, while I'm here, because Ebe is probably going to totally chew me out if I don't mention this also, give me a second. I will be out in Nashville, right? Is that right, Steve?
Yeah.
I'll be out in Nashville for a couple of days from the 20th also. So I'm just going to kind of make that a thing where we kind of mention it so you guys are aware of what's going on. You'll see content spewing out from different places. Again, a lot of this stuff is heavily inspired from everybody that either if you're part of the stream or you're watching or you're part of the interviewee guys, you're seeing Five Ups doing it. Eves probably was one of the OGs starting to travel around a lot more. Your Fast Lane D's.
Oh, yeah.
All of these guys are going out and just like loading their bikes. And I was one of those guys that rode through New York and really kind of highlight, you know, the city. And I know a lot of people tend to interpret my channel either I do like instructional videos or riding through the city, but I kind of use that almost as if it was like a almost like a pickup line for my like a main portion of my channel that kind of give you the New York experience. But there are a lot of great roads out here that I ride all the time, which I will be highlighting. But just to kind of explain this a little bit more, I will be moving around a lot more. I'm still in the process of looking for a van, which 5UP has helped me look for something, which I'll gut and upload.
I found one.
What? Is it going to be like $70,000?
No, it's just it's weird. This guy that used to own it, the feds actually captured this van and the man. He's not allowed within 500 foot of a school anymore. But it's called the Candy Van.
Oh my God, this guy! I could have sworn you're gonna be serious right now. We've been talking about this for a hot minute, guys. So we're trying to get like a fleet van so I can load a super bike in there and load the Hyper. We'll have two bikes where I could kind of chill and something to kind of ride hard with the guys. But for now, I'm gonna be flying around with everybody.
Available. We can do that's used to be called the Bang Bus. You know, you know anything about that?
How you think I started shooting videos, man? That was the precursor to me actually doing YouTube. That's how I got all the angles.
It's all about the angle and the lighting, baby.
Oh my God. But yeah, so for now, guys, you'll probably see me through this season. You'll see me jumping around either, you know, through some of these meets and kind of meet these guys, shake hands, and enjoy some riding with it. And again, thank you. I'm fortunate enough where I don't have to worry about bringing bikes, and these guys will provide bikes. So that's really, really dope. But hopefully I'll be able to get that van soon and kind of really get the ball rolling and going around through the U.S. and stuff.
Good. That's going to be epic for you, Mike. That's going to be game changing. You saw what's happened to your channel and traction and momentum, even just since your Austin trip.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal, man. It really is. And you know, if you want to be real serious about YouTube, which I've never been personally, because my day job is just too important, and I really do enjoy my day job, and I really enjoy doing this with you and doing a little bit of YouTube here and there, part-time, right? I think it's the changes that you're making are really adapting to the YouTube algorithm and the things where you want to be with this, you know, to be a mainstay for motovlogging in the sliver of a YouTube market.
Dude, going to MotoGP, man, in Texas was amazing. It is something I'll never forget. I mean, I had a whole stream where I kind of spoke about it the last time around, but it was something else. I mean, outside of the traction that I got from that was amazing, but we also got to do a lot of deals with companies while we were there, which was really dope. And the race itself, all of it was just such an amazing experience. I'm actually even going to go see Moto America. They actually do have a race out here in New York, I think in Jersey. I think around August or maybe November, so I'll probably see that. And most likely I'll be back in Texas either for track. I've been invited for that track, Dakota track, to ride that, so that's pretty dope. And most likely I'll be hanging out there for quite a bit. Cause
how far away are you from New York safety track?
I'd say maybe an hour and a half, maybe to 2 hours.
Oh my gosh. If I was that close to a road racing track, Michael.
Oh my God.
Linda.
He's using the white man's voice right now. He's like, Michael.
Linda, listen to me. Listen, Linda. Dude, you need to get out there sooner than later. And I'm telling you, first time out, bring the Hyper. The Hyper is going to be the bike that you're going to want to take out on track.
Okay.
And I'm going to help you get it set up properly. And we're going to do instructional videos on being able to do the proper tie wire. You know, we're going to have to look up their rules. We deal with STT around here, but you know, the organization that does the stuff for New York safety, you really, really need to get your Peter wet over there. And I think you'll spend more time as long as the organization that's doing it is safe and they have good instructors and instruction. But man, if you're only an hour and a half, that is just insanity convenient.
Yeah, I think it's about 2 hours max. Sorry, I didn't mean to stop you.
I had to drive 3.5 hours for my nearest track day here in Southeast Michigan.
No, it's not too bad. So I think the issue here, okay, here's my issue, because I've seen the guys out here in New York do track, or at least somewhat have a general idea. One guy either has a mode of transportation or he has to rent something. The other guys have to chip in, and then they got to bring their bikes and get it picked up. And it's like, I don't like to do any of those things where I'm relying on people. I want to have like my own truck for that. I want to have my own lift and my own. I don't want to like to rely on. It's just such a. I think that part becomes very convoluted. Not the whole part of paying for the track or whatever. I want to have the van. If I have the van, I have my tracksuit in there. I have the bike is in there. I go over there. I leave when I want. I'm not on anyone's time. And it seems like it's a huge mess just to kind of get that ball rolling. I think initially the entry pricing is pretty expensive because you need to have something to haul it. And either that, you have to rent one of those lifts from U-Haul or something like that. It seems like it's just a lot. And I think I didn't structure my garage and stuff for that stuff. So.
Yeah, no, I understand. You could always do just a U-Haul pickup truck and pick up for $500 a Versa haul that goes in the rear receiver of the truck, and that would haul your Hyper just fine. But you'll be way more comfortable, way more at home once you have your van set up with your gear, any tools you might need, your tire pressure gauge, a cordless battery-powered tire pump, and some of these things, and your tape and all the things that you need to have the bike prepped and ready for track. And As long as it's at your fingertips, you'll be a lot less stressed and, you know, not have to worry about as much. But I'm just telling you, there are checklists that you can go on Google and on Al Gore's internet there. He's going to have some good checklists for everything that you need before you go to a track day. And literally, you need to check these things off as you're loading up, as you're getting ready to leave the night before, or whatever you choose to do. It's real important. You can really, there's a lot going on, a lot of moving parts, but I'm telling you, once you get out there on track, and it might be even a little discouraging at first and novice, right? But after it clicks with you, you start trusting yourself, you start trusting the bike, the tires. When it clicks, man, it's going to be unbelievable. If you go to my YouTube channel, there's a, I think it was at Barber, because I love doing track days at Barber. That is my favorite. But it's, I got bumped to advanced, and it was on my 1299. It's kind of a long video, but you can pan through a little bit of it. And there's a point there where I start passing a instructor, you know, and he tailed me and followed me. And that's when I was an intermediate. And he shortly after, you know, pulled me off to the side. Of course, I thought I was in trouble because I'm always in trouble. And he, you know, points me over, get over the side. I'm like, oh gosh, what I do now? Did I pass too close or what? You know, what I do? He goes, man, what are you doing in intermediate? I'm like, well, that's just where I'm at, you know. And you start at novice and you go to intermediate. He goes, you're passing too many people at too high of a rate of speed. It's unsafe, you know. He goes, you're middle of the pack advanced level right now. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me? He goes, do you want to be bumped? I'm like, I think so. He goes, you're not going to be passing people anymore. That's for sure. Not like that. Yeah. So, but that was the day I remember, Mike, that it really clicked for me. I was out there with my street bike, my 1299, one of 500 anniversary. It was 236 of 500. So there's only 500 of those bikes made. And I'm out there dragging me with a set of Michelin's, you know, on track with it, with my tape, you know, lights taped up and whatever.
I think we're talking about this bike, actually. Go ahead. I think you're talking about, that's the bike that I actually wanted to ride that bike and I didn't get to, but I think you got rid of it.
Correct.
You did for sure.
Yeah, I had it all decked out. Yeah.
Let me see here. Yeah, I have it right here with the
There you go.
Speciale.
You might like this better. And that's the V4 Speciale.
I still think that's the best livery Ducati has ever done.
Here's the beloved 1299 Anniversario.
Dude, you should have kept that. Oh my God.
I'm dying that I didn't
cover,
keep it. Sorry.
Levers and Louis Moto seat cover.
That was so dope. Those are the two best liveries, hands down.
Gillies
yeah,
levers.
well, I had a
All the
1199
Rizoma parts on
before that.
the V4. Rizoma levers, Rizoma rear set.
If I could have kept all three of those, that would have been happening.
That was one of the two best liveries that Ducati has done, dude. I mean, hands down for me personally. At least that's what I think. But then again, nobody really cares.
Mike, so we can prove that I actually do track days. Can you pull a clip from that track day off my YouTube channel? Is it too much work, or is
it is not too much work. Come on, man. You know I'm here. All right, go ahead. You can talk while you're talking. I'll work on that. Give me a second.
Yeah, it's quite a ways down in my my videos or whatever, but you'll see a picture of the 1299, you know, in max lean angle or whatever on my thumbnail. So I got bumped to advanced, I believe, or something about Barber. But yeah, man, I tell you what, like Barber has been a eye opener for me. That is an absolute beautiful track too. Even though it's a long drive for me to go from here to Birmingham, Alabama, that's another experience. Honestly, Mike, I would like to schedule that with you, for you and I to go together. You know, down to Barber, and you know, whether you ride the track or not, the museum, Mr. Barber does not allow his slave labor to even leave a blade of grass uncut at that place. It is just so well manicured and so well taken care of. The whole the whole property. It's absolutely beautiful. And they just repaved the whole track, and the track had the best surface on it that I had ever been to, even much better than Coda. And you know, they went ahead and repaved it again because they had a seam in the center of it that they did not want anymore.
But by the way, I'm definitely gonna be riding these tracks for sure, because I think I told you I was fitted for my suit, my race suit. So that was another brand I ended up working with. Sorry,
yeah, you had to get custom fitted for midget, right?
Dude, I'm 5'7". Oh my God, what's up with you, man? Hold on, I got that clip pulled up. One sec. Yo, he is straight up wild right now. All love, guys. None of it's personal, man. We do this on a daily, so I don't want anybody taking this like out of context or nothing like that. But
yeah, they're like, this Steve is a real asshole.
Oh my God, he bought him on and he just kept on saying that. When tell my mommy on you.
What's my girl Anna be doing? What's she doing?
She's probably inside lounging in the house, dude.
Oh man, I thought she was making me dinner by now.
Nah, she probably is cooking dinner though. There we go. Take a look. Hopefully, you have a couple of track ones. Hopefully, I pull up the correct one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's straight though. Look at that. He caught that braking so perfect. Look at that. That's the key, boys. I think he went a little hot. That guy right behind you. See, he's opening up a little bit. Nice. Yo, you're very smooth on the throttle for a Ducati, by the way.
Yeah, that bike actually is a snarling animal at times. You know, this is actually this is a track day at Grattan. This is not the Barber. The Barber track day was much better.
I'll pull that up.
This is still when I was in novice for the most part.
Wait, dude, you can go up and down. I'm assuming in classes, right? So if you're not keeping up to speed.
Mike, it's been over a year since I've been at a track day. So if I did go back to Barber, I would start in intermediate once again before I, you know, and I would work with an instructor, and you know, I would you know, deal with that instructor to see whether he was comfortable with me moving back up to advanced, as long as I was comfortable. There's no pressure. That's the coolest part. None.
Oh, there was one thing. Oh, I see your Barber track. It was 2018.
Yeah. Yep. Sounds right.
Actually, you have two of them here. You have one on the Speciale also.
No, it's not that one. The one is before that, Mike. It says I got bumped to advanced, or I got bumped. Is in the title.
Let me see. Yep, I got it.
That one is really good. Actually, Steve is with me.
Hold on one second. Let me pull that up real quick.
Right there.
Sheesh. Yeah, it looks like you're going hard right there. Oh, I'm just gonna pull that up real quick.
Way harder than that other video.
Oh my God. Listen, you don't have to flex for anybody, man. It's all good.
No, stop it. No, it's just a way more confident surface at Barber, Mike. That's what it was. The other one at my local track here at Grattan, great track. very technical, but the surface was not so good all the way up until just recently.
Here, let me roll it. Hold on.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's 5 Up here, doing some laps at Barber Motorsports Park. So, a little different point of view here. On the 1299, won't allow us to have a chin mount GoPro, so it's tethered to the triple tree, the top clamp of the bike. So, hopefully this all works out, and the footage turns out great, and you guys all enjoy this very much. We're going to take her slow and steady. These first handful of laps here, got 650 Ebe right behind me.
Clean audio, by the way.
Still learning the track. He has not been out to this track, but just a couple of sessions now. So, and it's after lunch, and my legs are barely able to stretch out here. Are you stiff a little bit, Ebe?
Just a little.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're a much older man than I am, and you're in better shape probably.
Oh, look at that. I love that. It's showing you the lean angle also.
I'm just taking it easy and warming tires. Guys are already off in the grass.
Dude, you should not have sold that bike.
Back there, buddy? This is honestly the hardest section of the track for me right here.
Yeah, I can see that. It gets a little tight.
You still directly behind me?
Yep.
Try to fast forward like midway through that video, Mike.
Yeah, guys, hang tight. Usually,
Yeah. That sucks.
usually I have these videos all pre-prepped and cut and ready to go. Since this is an impromptu one, I'm kind of like skimming through it a little bit. So heads up. Let's see here. I do have it midway. It's a half an hour video, so
Yeah.
there we go.
Well,
By the way, these are the things that take me a long time to get the stream started. I have to pre-prep all of these footage and have them just cued nice and smooth so it looks cool.
It's 5 Up here and 650 Ebe trailing right behind me. We're heading up to another amazing session here at Barber Motorsports Park.
that was good times, man. It's pretty wild when you know, you guys are like, what are you doing in advance? Why aren't you on tire warmers? Why is your bike just sitting on a side stand? I'm like, well, because I was just street racing that bike earlier in the day. So
Yeah, man. But it's really cool, man, seeing the track like that. I am very excited to actually go on and do some track days and actually improve my skills as well, because I think it's so known that I ride through New York, and everybody's like, are there any open roads out through New York? But if you look through any of my videos, any of the older ones, I actually go out to the mountains and ride those. And I don't remember even how these videos did. I think they did like somewhat okay and stuff, but the real catch of my channel was people seeing, like, experiencing New York. So I kind of always highlighted that. But there's always like really nice roads out here too.
My track day videos didn't do worth a shit ever, but I didn't really care. You know, it was just for the people who did care. It was pretty epic for them, especially in those types of views. You know, with using you know, that was my old GoPro Hero 4 Black with the Senna backpack that was on there, and it actually was okay. But now Ebe and you know, Dude Mungus there, we've all upgraded our GoPros and working on, you know, all better 4K stuff. So
I don't even think there are anybody that's not producing anything that's really high end anymore. I think at this point it's just everybody has really high end quality stuff that's being pushed out. I mean, if you're not at this point, forget it. You can't even compete in the same realm with everyone anymore.
No. But Mike, I can before we leave, after we get some questions answered, if people have any questions for you or I, we can do a sound check here with the 2 bikes behind me.
Yeah, let's do that. By the way, you're speaking of the devil, Eve is actually in the building as well too.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Yeah.
That man has the best smile due to his abnormally extremely white teeth.
Who? Eve?
His teeth. Oh my God. I'm envious of that man's teeth and how well he takes care of them. He just takes care of himself very well. He really does. It shows.
You're starting to sound real sus right now.
Yeah. I don't care. I'm comfortable
I'm just kidding.
with sexuality. So
again, guys, I am gonna be out with Ebe on in Nashville. So heads up, definitely check that out. It's gonna be for a couple of days. Big event on Saturday, so definitely check it out. Every time this dude is throwing an event, anything is going down, you know it's gonna be huge. So you know. But I will be going around through the states with these guys this season. You probably see me jumping around back and forth. If there's a meet, if somebody want me to go to something that's cool, that's dope, just give me some heads up. Don't be like, hey man, I need you to come to Florida tomorrow. Like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. Just let me know ahead of time.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah.
Over something that hasn't even happened or come.
I'm just saying. Some people do tell you very last minute.
Hey,
yeah, man.
Hey, if Eve's children are watching right now, you'd be known as Mr. Dark.
Oh my God.
Potty mouth.
Don't.
I gotta watch my P's and Q's if I know the boys are watching. I gotta try to keep from swearing.
Oh my God. I know that there are no children watching. Now you're making me feel guilty if they are watching. I try to keep my channel somewhat reasonable in terms of all those, but for the stream, it gets a little bit edgier. Because I prefer to do it that way.
Yeah. Well, it's more raw. It's more realistic of how we actually are in the buff, as I would call it. But your cheeks are turning red. I don't know how that's possible.
Dude, black people cheeks doesn't turn red. I'll give you a gem right now. You know how you can tell when a black person is blushing? Do you know?
No.
All right, your fingernails blushes. Your blood flows through there. Yeah.
Let me see your hands.
You can't see my hands now. We're on stream, man. Oh my God, dude. I'm just telling you. Wow.
Hey, Anna's in there shaking her head right now. Like these 2 clowns.
All right,
Why'd we invite Steve again?
Oh my God. Eve is mentioning which bike I'm going to be riding out in Nashville. Do tell me, sir. My kids. Oh, he said his kids are sleeping right now. Yeah, which bike? I think I'm riding a Cowie, correct? Which is going to be pretty cool. Inline 4. I'm excited for that.
ZX10. That's a 6th generation, tuned by Bren Tuning so far.
That's going to be dope.
Yep.
Very excited for that.
That bike is a weapon, and it's about to be much more of a weapon with another one of our good friends that has taught me a few things about motorcycles and roll racing that you also know does a bi-weekly podcast also.
Mm-hmm. By the way, guys, just a heads up, Mom, the Street Fighter is going to be brand tune as well, so I'm working on that. It's going to be pretty cool. We'll do a video on it and kind of do a long-term review and general idea of what it's like, because a lot of people are saying brand tuning is the best, so it's definitely a must. I know I'm running like an up map on a Street Fighter, and I'm told there's so much more that could be unleashed with that bike. I don't know where I'm going with it. Maybe space. So I'm told that I need more. So more is best, I guess. So we'll be doing that. That should be pretty fun. But I'm still on the lookout for that super bike. So that's coming up. I know I put that in the title. So it is not a clickbait title. I am still working on getting that super bike. It will be joining the fleet, and that's going to be cool. And to be honest, that bike's gonna be probably the first bike I'm buying really for, I guess somewhat for YouTube, because you guys know I love naked bikes and that's my jam. So that's what it is. And somebody was asking me.
What's funny, Mike, is I did the same thing when I very first started purchasing bikes. I had my 2013 Triumph Speed Triple Special Edition. My S1000 single R 2014, the first year for that bike. Then I went on to a 2016 Aprilia Tuono factory, 2016 Super Duke 1290R Special Edition, and also a 2016 Monster R. And I had my, life goals of owning every badass super naked that I could get my hands on to compare them all. And I loved all those bikes. They were all just such great bikes. Unfortunately, I don't have any of them. The only naked bike I have left now is the MV that sits behind us.
Nah, hopefully you don't get rid of that because that bike is really cool, I think, in my opinion. You are picking up something new, by the way. I don't know if it's going to be a surprise, probably like a YouTube surprise. I probably shouldn't say that, which I know what it is.
No, it's not. It's not a YouTube surprise. Like
Okay.
I said, I mean, you guys are my friends and everything, and I'm not trying to keep anything from YouTube. So, a brief backstory: my very first Ducati, purchased from Ducati Detroit in 2014, at the end of 14, was a 2014 Multistrada GT, Gran Turismo, right? As the pasta shooters would call it. So very, very cool bike. It came with a touring seat, touring windscreen, full panniers, the extended panniers. They had a lot more room in them.
The dad jeans.
What's that?
The dad jeans with it. Everything.
Oh yeah, pretty much, right? So, me and the girl at the time, we bought the bike together, and that's what got me really turned on to Ducati and having a ton of fun with a V twin or a L twin bike on the street. And so I still own that bike to this day, right? I have like, I don't know, maybe 9,000 miles on that bike or 7,000 miles. I don't know. I got to look at the odometer. But anyways, I wanted to do a new Multistrada because they've done many renditions. I think it's maybe on, there's a 2015 in my garage right now I'm working on too. And that was the first year of a really big change for that bike with lower seat height, nicer dash and whatever. But the bike became less sporty on the street, so that bike and the BMW S1000 XR are in a class all of their own, and Ducati really spread the platform in a good way throughout all the way up until its conception of the V4 with the Gran Turismo. I just destroyed that. V4 with valve springs in it. It's not desmodromic valve train, whatever. I can talk nerd out on all that stuff over and over. But so I'm like, okay, cool. Multistrada with the V4. It's a higher displacement than the 1103 Superbike, different valve train. It's a different engine, but nevertheless, it's still a very awesome V4 with a 30,000 mile valve train service interval and some really cool trick stuff that Ducati did with that engine, and a great sound also. And I love the bike, but it had a double-sided swing arm, which mine had 17-inch wheels and a single-sided signature Ducati swing arm. I love that look, and it didn't look like they were going to do anything for a really sporty Multistrada. But if you mark in your calendar how Ducati does things when they unveil its super leg after they've brought out a newer bike in the Superbike series, even what they do with a lot of their special models and whatever, like we knew that there was going to be a Pikes Peak Multi coming soon. And when they unveiled it and they built that bike around a 17-inch front wheel instead of a 19 for off-road use, so the 17 is more Superbike, on-road, more directed towards on-road. When they came out with that and they did a single-sided swing arm and the carbon bits and pieces, a race mode, a different electronic sweep, the front frame of that bike is designed differently for the Pikes Peak. It's not just a swing arm and wheel size difference in between the regular multi. So I was extremely turned on by this because I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going from, my bike, which was plenty of horsepower in a 1198 L twin. They called it a 1200, but it was lifted from the Superbike of the previous with different camshaft profiling and stuff of that nature for more mid-range and more torque. But, and they went to this Gran Turismo V4 with valve springs that nets 170 horsepower and adaptive cruise control, quick shifter, auto blip, Bliss, you know, the list goes on and on with conductivity and, you know, being able to do everything through your phone, through that comes up on your dash. BMW does that stuff too, but Ducati was the very first ones to adopt adaptive cruise on that bike. But anyways, when I saw that bike, saw the livery of the bike and saw what path it was going down, I immediately started working out a deal and put in a order for a brand new multi-strata Pikes Peak. So I should be receiving that bike next week. Actually, it's just out of customs. It's on a truck and on its way cross country right now as we speak.
You know what's so funny? You know, it's so funny that how you love that bike and you like the setup. And I know you have a lot of fast bikes. Eve has a lot of fast bikes also. And how he loves that the BMW, the GS. Everyone tends to, for some reason, those bikes, once they've experienced them, even though, yes, people make fun and stuff like that, it's like the dad's bike or whatever, but it seems like those bikes are built, you know, with a lot of comfort in mind, a lot of power.
Something. I mean, even I now have, because of Biden's gas prices, we now do two-up. We ride together. So Eva and EJR's podcast explained that whole story of him and I just a couple weeks ago riding two-up on his GSA and me desperately trying to get him to pull wheelies while I was on the back of the bike.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait, you guys really rode two-up or you just messing around?
I am not messing around.
No, you're lying. There is no way. Lies. Lies.
No.
Yo, he's always trolling. He's always trolling. So he might be like, yeah, we rode you up. It's probably there's a lie. Because there'd be a video of this, a clip somewhere I'd see via text or something like that. Somebody would have sent it.
The punishment I was putting him through because he wouldn't allow me to operate the motorcycle myself, because I said, only way we're doing this is if I ride the motorcycle, which he knew what was going to happen. I'd be doing, 90 miles an hour on one tire with him screaming for his dear life on the back of the bike, right? So, he has kids, so I guess he was just looking out for his children more than his well-being, or do they go together? I don't know. But, overall, we did 13 miles, back to my shop from dropping his Busa off here at my house for me to work on that. And I'm working on a Super Duty at my shop, which is 13 miles away, which, by the way, that's what I do for a living. I work on late model Super Duties, diesels for a living. That's how I've been able to work for and acquire the things that I've acquired. Plus, I have an awesome pull-out method. So
wait,
I don't have
your dad is not Elon Musk?
No.
Oh, you fucking lied to me.
As much as I love Elon, he's not the better part of me.
All right, guys, we're gonna be wrapping it up here, man. It's been going on probably like 2 hours. A little bit shy than that because I did spoof the music a little bit in the beginning. If you guys have any questions for myself or 5UP, or if you're watching this later, definitely hit the thumbs up or drop your questions. We'll reply to them. Right before we do that, 5UP is are you gonna start those up?
Yeah, I can fire it up here.
Yeah, I'll let him do that. Open the windows, man. Don't freaking suffocate yourself in there.
I'm open up the door wall here. So,
well then, guys, if you have any questions or anything like that, or if you want to drop any kind of comments or whatever it may be,
all right,
that would be the time.
We'll fire up the V4 first, Mike.
I still vote the winglets, man. That thing sounds awesome.
You guys still there?
Hells yeah, we're not going anywhere.
Well, you can't hear anything with that freaking monster running. This is MB 800 triple. Beautiful lighting on this bike, man. I absolutely love the spaceship look and tail light and everything on it.
I think they actually got Ducati Trump in design. I think a little bit. He doesn't want to kill himself, so he's opening up the garage. Yeah, he's actually using a phone, so you're not gonna get the actual sound, guys. So just a quick heads up, when I do visit 5 Up and we're chilling, I'll have sound clips of most of these bikes on like HD, so you'll be able to hear them and see them a lot cleaner. Dude, you gotta stop. You gotta make your house smell really bad. When I do this in the garage, like I have to take a shower after doing that in the garage. After I do a stream and I kind of show the bikes, I got a shower. So
you're gonna have to shower anyways a little bit later. We'll be saving water here in June. So.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Always with the extra.
Yeah, if you guys asked, like the little bit heavier revving of the V4, that bike actually still had heat in it from me riding it earlier, so it still had a good amount of temperature into it. I don't just go up and fire these bikes up ice cold and free rev the crap out of them. So
I still think it's blasphemy that you took the winglets off. I know you're using it for roll racing. That way less drag.
Now when I take it,
dude, you gotta put them on.
When I take it to Barber. They'll go back on. If that bike ends up at Grattan, they'll go back on also for that, because there's a couple of big elevation changes to where the front tire is very difficult. Cresting a turn is very hard to keep on the ground.
You know what opportunity that I miss? I should have negotiated me going over there in June. They have to be on. I just thought about it now. Fuck.
What? Watch your mouth.
No, I should have been like, I'm not going unless you do the winglets back.
Too late. You got a plane ticket now, motherfucker.
Damn. Oh man. Well, I'm like, man, you could have just put those back on. It just looks so sick, in my opinion. So they're actually very, very aggressive, like way too aggressive. But I just think the fact, for me, I'm looking at it like, all right, it's a Superleggera. It's the biggest, baddest bike Ducati does, especially in like terms of pricing. It needs to be known what it is. Steve is way more, I guess, calm about it than I am. So,
yeah, I mean, honestly, we had these two kids roll out on stunt bikes ahead of us on one of our local roads here, and eventually traffic cleared enough where it was safe enough, whatever. They're pulling wheelies ahead of us and whatever, and so I go and do a little bit of a flyby past them, and I went ahead and motioned for the one of the guys to come up and roll up next to me and break him in for a little bit of roll racing.
Oh my god!
Complete impromptu thing, right? And he downshifts or whatever, and I just give him the hand signal, like just go ahead and go, and whatever. So he went, and I took off in second gear. Obviously, I didn't have the bike strapped, so I was doing a big wheelie past him at like 90 mile an hour, and I set it back down, catch up to traffic. We come up to a stop sign, and he's just all over the bike looking at it, trying to figure out how it's different than the V4S that was behind us, that my buddy that was riding with me. And he just was like, you could see facial expressions through a helmet that he was either didn't know what it was at all, or was trying to figure out how the hell someone's out there just street riding a V4 super leg like that. So.
See, I told you, people need to know what it is right away. So I'm gonna pull up a couple of comments real quick, guys, just before we bounce out. Anything you want to say, Steve, before we go? I know I held you quite a bit.
I do want to say some things, and it's going to be a brief appreciation to the community and also you and Anna for, you know, always lending a hand, always answering the phone for this white guy, always letting me hit on your wife. You know, at the end of the day, you, me, you know, all these guys that, you know, Jarrett, you know, even Jack Be Quick, he's a really, really good guy. I love that dude in person. You know, especially Eli, Dude Mungus. Weirdly enough, one of the times he stayed here at my house, he woke up, you know, Little Spoon in my bed, and I had no idea it was him, but we became closer after that time. But just the amount of appreciation I have for all these guys, you know, even Evan from EJR, my other buddies that you saw in that video, you know, Easy Rider Moto, you know, my other guy Roosevelt there. Some of these guys are now friends, customers, friends, you know, lifelong partners, let's call it, in this community. And man, I just can't show enough appreciation and dedication to what these guys do and what they're for. And that extends very, very much to you and Anna. And we really, really appreciate this.
Yeah, man. You know what's so funny, man? Anybody that you were to mention to say, oh man, this person is a cool person, I don't even have to really know the person to actually know that's factual. You've done that to me a couple of times where you're like, oh, this person's a cool person, and I don't have to look into it. Automatically, if you say it, it's facts to me, so I never really doubt.
Well, yeah, I mean, it goes on to, I accepted you, so you must know that I'll accept anybody.
Oh my God, this guy is an ass. All right, so let me just kind of pull up a couple of people. I know I didn't say what's up to a few people that was on, and then we'll just kind of wrap it up, guys. Again, we're going on 2 hours here, guys. Again, always a pleasure just to kind of have anybody tuned in, and I really appreciate you guys when you do come through and be part of the stream. I know it's about an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours of your night, so you know, whether it's 10, 20, 30, 40 people on here or more than that as it grows, I always appreciate it. So even if it was 2 people, I'd still appreciate it. So really, really dope. So thank you all. Just wanted to say what's up to this person. I did see their name. Mike showed up also. Again, it's not in relation to his comment here, but I always like populating people's name on the screen. That way, if you do have a social media account or if you do have a YouTube channel, at least you get an opportunity where people can kind of follow. We try to bounce back and forth the clout or whatever it is as people are watching or circulating through the channel. They could check out someone else's channel. So let's see here. I do have Mike. I did say what's up to him. Motomac TV, guys, definitely you want to check him out. He's definitely local here in New York. He's definitely on the grind, working a lot of content. One thing that I really love with what he's doing, his approach, he's making it his business to really partner up with anybody, not anybody I'd say, but a lot of other people that's striving for the same direction, for the same greatness also. So that's really cool, very inspiring. And I've mentioned this before, early on when I started doing YouTube, I wanted to do that, and we didn't have that kind of community. So it's great to see some of the new guys doing that and really taking it on themselves. Nobody's bigger than the other. Everyone's reaching out. So I'm going to make it my business to actually produce any kind of content with him, whether it's something that goes live or not. Of course, Eve is here as well, saying what's up to him. Who else? Anybody else? There was one other name. Chris Gee, of course, was here also. I think I said what's up to FZ guy, but I think I might have covered everybody. If I miss anybody, guys, again, it's not by that I missed it. Fireblade Pilot also. This dude here, you definitely want to subscribe to him. Only he was very heavy onto YouTube. He definitely got down with the grind, and we all been there. Like, you work, you're not getting what you think you're supposed to get, or at least. And he kind of faded out. He definitely produced some nice content. I at least think he has a really dope bike, especially. He's had a couple of really cool bikes, BMW, Honda, all super bikes, so you guys are gonna like that. But let's motivate his ass to get back into the game and really start putting out content. So get to it, sir. And of course, Jack B. quickly upcoming, man. They're producing a lot of content as well, traveling a lot. He has a slew of beautiful bikes, so you won't miss anything out by not subscribing to this guy. So definitely do that, man. All right. Anyway, I think I've hit most people. Hopefully we can get more people on here and kind of have a conversation. It's always a pleasure, always fun just chatting up with you guys. It does take everybody's time, my time, your time, so always appreciate that thumbs up. And again, I'll catch you guys on the next Sunday. Very excited for the next 2 months of me traveling and shooting content and just enjoying life, man. So I'll catch you guys later. Peace. Whew. All right.